Monday. Okay, today is Monday for me. All of last week was awful. It was just awful. I did not get the proper sleep that I needed. I was oversleeping and I just didn't do any work. Like I was genuinely lazy last week. And that becomes from not eating 3 meals a day, not getting the right sleep, and my schedule being out of whack. Like I was waking up at 3 a.m. every day, or not 3 a.m., 3 p.m. every day, and that just ruined me. So today, this week, is different. How can you tell? How can I prove that? It's right now 8:13 a.m. and I actually just pulled an all-nighter. I took a nap at night. It was like 10 a.m. all the way till 12:40, I think, or 10 p.m. to 12:40. And I'm just feeling it's funny how the lack of sleep has actually got me pumped. Well, I shouldn't say lack of sleep because I did sleep like 15 hours in a row. But more importantly, I want to remember this moment specifically so that when I improve, I can always look back and see some of the hardships that I have overcome in my life. This is a basement. You'll notice that I'm wearing a sweater, then a jacket, and that means that it's really cold. It is the winter. I'm actually feeling a little numb on my left foot, and I'm just kind of powering through it. I need to buy myself some food. I haven't really had a proper meal in kind of a week. Well, the pizza was good, but then, and that's my fault. I haven't been managing my money properly, and I haven't been openly finding commissions. But none of that is the point. I do not want any pity. I do not want any help. I just want to be able to catalog this information so I can prove to myself that no matter what I go through, I'm coming out on top of all of this. So keep it up, and so on and so forth. So for those of you that have ever seen me talk about money, some of you have actually offered to help donate to me, and no, that is not, I do not want that. I appreciate the help and I appreciate the kindness, but I absolutely cannot help or get help from anybody that watches, even if it's like mental help or anything. This is kind of the struggles that I'm going through, and they're just meant to be cataloged. I'll see you guys later. Those blankets are there for my feet because I need to keep them warm. But something that I do need to say for the vlog, but not to you guys, simply because you guys are here to be entertained, but I've got to say some stuff for the future that nobody. It's good to catalog the good and the bad, and the bad is that I have not changed my clothes for a day, and it's so cold for me to want to change my clothes. And realistically, if I went upstairs where it's nice and warm, I could change my clothes and get away with it, and I would be warm. But I don't want to. I'm so lazy. I wish the exposure would stop changing. Is anyone ready for this? Because I don't think I'm ready for this, but check this out. I'm wearing... What are these? What is this? Why are they pants? They're so warm. I think that's my solution for getting too cold, but they are like extremely warm. But I also picked up myself some nice Nintendo slippers so that I can disgrace myself in my house and on YouTube, but not in real life where there's beautiful women. Other than that, I also webcam. I bought a webcam, so now I'm gonna just use that for streaming. It feels darker than it actually is. It's not actually this dark in here. Oh, cameras. Is it even recording? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Nothing to report today. Just a bunch of commissions. I know 2 weeks ago that I said that I needed commissions. Well, I got them. I didn't even have to finish setting up the world. Number 2. Yesterday I streamed, and it was pretty damn good job. Or I had a lot of fun. Social Awkward Panda stopped by. Panda, if you're listening, love you, girl. And it made it a lot of fun for the stream. I just had a general all-around good time yesterday. Stremin'. Oh, now it looks better. I guess the light was just kind of screwing with me that day. Anyways, I do want to share a comparison with you that I kind of thought of, but before we get to that, I had a heart attack. Not a real heart attack. I know I look like I could have one at any moment, but anyways, I accidentally deleted a ton of files, and I almost lost 2 projects that have taken me a week to get to, and that would have been terrifying. The good news is that, right? The good news is that I did manage to find them. This all happened on stream, so mind you, I was losing my mind. And but comparison-wise, so making a human character is kind of like building a program. So like with a program, you have all sorts of functions and more functions that depend on each other. So if you change one thing, that causes something all the way behind it, or in the other part of the coding section, that needs changed as well. And with human anatomy, that's very much the same. So if you change the position of a deltoid, you also have to change the position of the entire chain of muscles that you have. So that has to be thought of very carefully, because it happens, you know? Because all of that depends on the position of your deltoids, your pectorals, your latissimus dorsi, your bones, your scapula, your collarbone. What is the collarbone called? I forget what it's called. Doesn't matter. So as such, when you are making a model from scratch, you do have to keep that in mind, because that will take up a lot of time. It's expensive for a reason. You need to be a professional, and I am not the professional. I'm only pretending to be. So now that the issue of being cold is resolved, my only issue now is that I need to actually start sleeping when I go to sleep. If that doesn't make any sense, I just go to sleep at 10 and I wake up 2 hours later, and then I can't go back to sleep for another couple of hours. Oopsie, memory card was filled. A couple of fears that I have is, especially with these new videos, is now this is where all of the self-doubt starts creeping in, I guess, and I wonder if it's just I'm just doing bad or something, but I actually do start feeling a little anxious to see if this will be anything that anybody likes, to see if this will be anything that people want to watch, and so on and so forth. And I have to remember that this format isn't for me or anybody else other than the future. I'm recording not for today, not for tomorrow. I'm recording for the people in the future so that they have an idea of what it's like to be an artist in 20 somethings. So like maybe in 2100 people will start looking at it and will see it and they'll be like, oh, so artists went through this kind of thing. And I don't know, maybe this will be the emotional help that most artists find, or so on and so forth, or maybe it will provide some insight for the archaeologists. That's what we do it for the historians. This is all important as an expression, because I think I did end up missing a day of recording, but I do need to talk about on the history of trying to get up at the proper time and get to work at the proper time. Why is it so hard for the human body to ever change any sleep schedules on demand versus like accidentally? I'm always shifting towards really late nights when I wake up. And now, because of that, I'm now waking up at 3 p.m. again. Well, actually, this is the first night, but we're gonna try again. So, sleep schedule still needs to be fixed.